Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. What's up, Morgan?
Hey, y'all. Hey, how we feeling on a Friday?
Feeling good, girl.
Peace, Morgan.
All right, I love to hear it. All right, so first on front page, 3 of the 5 soldiers shot at Georgia's Fort Stewart are out of the hospital. That's great news, right? Brigadier General John Lubis provided updates on the 2 who remain hospitalized, and he also praised the response to the shooting. Let's take a listen to his comments. Get into it.
1 soldier remains as an inpatient here at Wynn Army, right here on Fort Stewart. She's doing very well and high spirits. Of course, she's got a little bit of a road to recovery. We're hopeful she may be released as early as this weekend, but that will just depend on how things heal up over the next couple days. And we have 1 soldier that remains at Savannah Memorial. We trained internally for the worst case scenario, and our doctors and our medics and our soldiers responded exactly as we trained them to do. And now our job is to make sure that we care for them as they work through this.
Brigadier General
That's good news.
Lubis. Yes, he went on to talk about efforts to bring the brigade back together by offering support to their fellow soldiers. Of course, the suspected gunman, an active duty military member, was taken into custody following the attack. He is identified as Sergeant Cornelius Radford, and he was stationed at the base and ended up being subdued by fellow soldiers. He's believed to have used his own personal handgun in the shooting, not an Army-issued weapon. But of course, the investigation into why this all took place is ongoing, and I will continue to keep you guys posted. Meanwhile, in international affairs, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his country intends to take full control of the Gaza Strip, not to retain it. He sat down with Fox News 2 months ahead of the 2-year anniversary of the start of the war with Hamas. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Hamas must be removed from Gaza. Let's take a listen to his comments.
We don't want to govern it. We don't want to be there as a governing body. We want to hand it over to Arab forces that will govern it properly without threatening us and giving Gazans a good life.
Yeah, so Netanyahu claimed Hamas is hurting their own people in Gaza, and he went on to say the only way a different future for Gaza is to remove The only way to have a different future for Gaza is to remove Hamas, which he also called a neo-Nazi army. He also claimed Hamas is behind the starvation in Gaza, and Israel is trying to change that. Now, the U.S. has pledged to help and offer more aid and open more aid centers in Gaza. Now, meanwhile, the UN is calling for Israel to immediately halt its plans of that military takeover of the Gaza Strip. The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights released a statement today saying the military plans runs contrary to the ruling of International Court of Justice that Israel must bring its occupation to an end as soon as possible. Now, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer condemned Israel's plan this morning as well and said it'll only bring more bloodshed to Palestinians. And China also spoke out against the plan, calling on Israel to immediately cease its dangerous actions. So again, we will keep you posted on what's taking place on the Gaza Strip as it relates to the Palestinians and is Israel as well.
Who does it? Who does Israel answer to? Because it seems like someone is always trying to tell Israel to not do something, but they don't ever seem to listen.
I don't be listening. All right, well, I don't have an answer for that one. You know, who gonna check me, boo? Says BV. In other international affairs, President Trump says Russian President Vladimir Putin would like to speak with him and meet with him. Speaking from the Oval Office, Trump said both Putin and Ukrainian President Zelensky both want to meet with him as the Friday deadline today for Russia to start the ceasefire talk approaches. Trump told reporters it's not necessary for Putin to meet with Zelensky prior to meeting with himself. He was asked if he will impose strict tariffs on Russia today if Putin does not come to the table, and the president says that's up to Putin. In other news, President Trump is honoring nearly 100 past Purple Heart recipients. That took place in a ceremony yesterday at the White House on National Purple Heart Day. Trump said the nation gives the recipients and their families everlasting thanks. Let's take a listen to his comments.
And we're here to honor and celebrate the unyielding patriotism and grit and devotion to America's Purple Heart veterans is great emotion and great love. Today we give our everlasting thanks to you and your unbelievable families. We want to thank you very much for being here. It's my great honor.
For sure, definitely saluting those. Some of the recipients in attendance include 3 veterans who gave their Purple Heart medals to the president following the assassination attempt on his life last year. The Purple Heart is America's oldest military decoration, and it honors those killed or injured in combat. So, salute to those recipients. That's your front page news for 6 a.m. Stick around at 7 a.m. We'll actually get into what's happening with those WNBA games and those sex toys that seem to make it on the court. We'll talk about that. So
they
stick
say
around.
them dildos still flying. I heard another one got thrown last night.
Another one?
Unless that was an old article I was reading. I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging.
Red is keeping track. He said, yeah, it was another one. It was a purple one. He said this one was purple.
So they got neon.
It was
green
purple?
and
They done switched the colors up?
Yeah, they switched the
Man,
colors
we
up.
said that. Oh, wow.
Damn. All right. Well, that is front page news. Now get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news and some quick dildo news. Another dildo was thrown on a WNBA game on the court. This time it was
Enough
purple.
is enough.
It was a purple dildo this time, so they changed the color from lime green to purple. And they did it with
All right, ladies.
2 seconds left.
Ladies, I'm going to tell you how you get your get back. When the NBA start, you got to start throwing pocket poom pooms on the floor.
No.
That's what you got to do. You got to, yes, go get them little pocket poom pooms and throw them on the floor at the NBA games. That's how you get your get back.
No.
Okay, it's a thought. All right, y'all, let's get into it. So WNBA is dealing with more incidents involving the sex toys being thrown at games. Now, one recently landed near the feet of Indiana Fever star Sophie Cunningham, who had previously asked fans on social media to stop posting, or excuse me, stop throwing them because it would end up hurting a player. Now, the first incident happened on July 29th in Atlanta, followed by multiple incidents leading up to last night, as MB spoke about. This comes most recently as a man is facing legal trouble. Now, he isn't the guy that's actually doing them. He's only just, okay, spoiler alert, he just following the trend, okay? So this guy is in legal trouble after throwing a sex toy that struck a 9-year-old girl and her uncle at a WNBA game. 18-year-old Kaden Lopez was booked into Maricopa County Jail on suspicion of disorderly conduct, assault, and public display of explicit sexual material during a game between the Connecticut Sun and Mercury Phoenix on Tuesday. Now, Lopez reportedly told officers he was sorry and he was following a stupid prank that was trending on social media. Now, according to court documents, the adult male victim was interviewed and says that he does desire prosecution. So y'all better be careful and, doing all of this. The WNBA coaches are, coming out basically saying we're not the butt of a joke. That's Cheryl Reeve.
Not the butt of a joke. You funny.
Not the butt of a joke. But, they're pretty livid with what's going on. And they want it to stop. So, yeah.
So right now, the WNBA is on high dildo alert because a lot of this stuff is happening towards the end of the game. And so I know around like the last several seconds of the game, everybody's on high alert just waiting for dildos to fly.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, again, Cheryl Reeve, the Minnesota Lynx head coach, she said they are a problem and it's not funny. She said they need to take action. So, you guys be careful out there.
And now it's not funny, but it is funny. And it's wild how whenever the dildo gets thrown on the court, everybody acts like it's used. Like people be grabbing towels. Nobody wants to touch it with their bare hands. People be kicking it. Like it's not a used dildo.
We don't.
Right.
You don't know.
You don't know that. You don't.
Yeah, you don't know what people are doing with these dildos before they throw it. Like you don't know.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Wait
till somebody throw one. Wait till somebody throw one that sticks to the court. And then the people got to keep jerking it and jerking it.
I'm trying to pull it off. And they got to use 2 hands to grab. Oh, man. That would be
That's crazy.
Switching gears, so President Trump's sweeping slate of global tariffs went into effect overnight. Import taxes will reach levels not seen in the country in almost 100 years, with over 60 countries and the European Union facing rates of 15% or more. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent spoke about the administration's ultimate goal. Let's hear from him.
We are trying to rebalance trade in America's favor. We want to bring back the high precision manufacturing jobs. We want to get rid of these big deficits that we have with countries that have created these big surpluses and the gutted our manufacturing base.
So a wide variety of products will be hit, ranging from appliances, cars, food, and furniture. In a post on Truth Social just after things went into effect, Trump said billions of dollars are now flowing into the U.S. That's what he said, okay? Elsewhere, the FBI has agreed to track down a group of Texas Democrats who fled the state in protest of redistricting. The request was made by Senator John Cornyn, who says it's important that this group of rogue Democrats be held accountable, adding it's important to get these lawmakers home and back to work. Let's take a listen to his comments.
We cannot allow these rogue legislators to avoid their constitutional responsibilities and make a mockery out of Texas. We resolve our differences by debating and voting, not by running away and hiding from our constituents. In addition to avoiding their duty while on a public relations tour, these cowardly legislators are blocking vital flood relief.
So FBI agents will be assisting state troopers who are ordered or were ordered by the governor to arrest those involved in the quorum break. Now, again, state troopers do not have any jurisdiction in the states that those Dems left to, like Illinois, New York, and Boston, or Massachusetts, rather. Civil warrants have been issued, but again, local law enforcement can't make arrests outside of the state. So it's interesting to see how what role FBI will be playing. It says that they will be assisting state troopers, but it's interesting considering that, FBI, they the feds. So, and for my last story, this is one for my people in the DMV, specifically DC. President Trump has been ordered or is ordering federal law enforcement officers to patrol Washington, D.C. Now, the White House made the announcement yesterday saying the effort will start as a week-long operation, but can be extended as needed. Now, the move begins as of effective midnight, today, basically last night, this morning, led by U.S. Park Police. It will include officers and agents from the FBI, DEA, ATF, and ICE. And it comes a day after Trump said he considered taking control of the D.C. Police Department after an attack on a former DOJ staff member. So, again, this is interesting to see what that means for Metro PD, that's Washington, D.C.'s local police department, and how that will impact them and the citizens of the district. So I will keep you guys posted because, again, although Washington, D.C. is the district, it's the nation's capital, it's run pretty much like a city. And so it's interesting to see what type of federal agencies, how they will come in and take control. But that's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. You guys can follow me on socials at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. Other than that, have a great weekend. Happy Friday.
You too now.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.